What's going on, guys? Xmas here. Today I'll be showing you the ultimate magic find sorceress in Diablo 2. In this video we will go over the items, attributes, magic finding routes, and the 4 major skill tree setups, including lightning, cold, fire, and a cold fire hybrid build. Check out the timestamps in the description if you would like to skip to the explanation you would like to see. Just a disclaimer before we start the video, this build is strictly for magic finding, not other types of farming, such as experience runs, rune farming, and keys for Uber Tristram. This setup reaches around 500 to 700% magic find. The main part of the item setup here is the 3-piece combination of the Taurasha set, using the amulet, armor, and the belt. This gives you a wide variety of sorceress stats along with a massive 192% magic find. That is if you have a 15% Tau belt and a perfect topaz in the armor as well. The next item I want to talk about is the Oculus. You're not going to get any magic find boost to this with any item in the game except for the Is rune. If you put a perfect topaz in there, you will only get lightning melee damage. Now this is based on your preference and if you want to use the Oculus. Some players do not like the Oculus because it gives you a chance to teleport when struck. This can cause your character to teleport into a pack of mobs and die. At the same time, you are a spellcaster, not a tank, so you should be keeping your distance from monsters. The teleport stat personally does not bother me, but if you really don't want to use the Aussie, I would suggest you use a Taurasha orb with the Is rune in it, since this is a magic find build. As far as the other items, they are pretty standard for a sorceress build. I'm using Shaco with a perfect topaz in it, 2 Nagel rings, War Traveler boots, and Chance guards. Then on Switch I have the obvious Call to Arms and Spirit Shield. If you do not have Call to Arms or you would like to have even more magic find, you could just put some other magic find items here. Maybe a Crystal Sword and a Monarch with Is runes in them. Or even a Gold Dagger with Milobrega's Shield. In the inventory you can use the standard Annie, Sorceress Torch, and Geed's Fortune Grand Charm. I would also suggest you do some trading for 7% magic find charms to help you reach the 700% magic find area. You can find these fairly cheap in the trading community. As far as the mercenary equipment, this will be based on your skill tree. If you are going lightning, you can use the obvious Infinity Rune Word, which is the recommended build, since you can kill anything in the game in a fast and effective way. If you don't have an Infinity Rune Word at the time, you should set your skill tree to Cold, Fire, or use the Cold Fire hybrid build, which I will explain when we discuss skills. You will come across monsters that are immune to your spells since most monsters in the game have a higher resistance to those elements, fire and cold. You can use your Act 2 Mercenary to take out the immune monsters if it has a proper high damage dealing Ethereal Polearm. Highest damage dealing options are Breath of the Dying in the Warpike or Ghost Spear, and the Obedience Rune Word, which is a much cheaper option. Insight and Reaper's Toll are other options as well. I personally never found Insight as useful as other players make it out to be. It is a cheap option, but it lacks damage compared to the other options I mentioned. The Meditation Aura is nice for mana regeneration, but if you are running low on mana, don't be lazy, just buy yourself some mana potions, and you will recover mana much faster. For helmet and armor options for your mercenary, shown here is a ranking system along with the item's main focus. For the attributes, I put enough points in the strength to use my gear, which is 156 for the Spirit Monarch. Dexterity none, energy none, and the rest of my points in the vitality. You could go ahead and use your energy shield attribute setup. I've always done sorceresses going full vitality, because I don't personally like the playstyle of basing your survivability on mana. One of the biggest things I don't like about energy builds is when you run or teleport near an elite pack that has mana burning effects and then you're dead. Let's go over the details on the 4 major skill tree setups I mentioned. As I stated before, if you can afford Infinity, use the Lightning build. If not, you can go with full Fire or Cold builds. If you want to be able to farm everything in the game, you can go with the Fire and Cold hybrid build. It just won't be as effective as the Lightning build with the Infinity Rune Word. Farming routes for a hybrid build and Lightning sorceresses can be wherever you prefer to farm. The most popular list of magic finding areas based on axe are Andariel, Pits, Ancient Tunnels, Mephisto, Chaos Sanctuary, Diablo, and Baal. As a strictly cold or fire build, you are limited on the areas you can farm effectively. Overall, you could consistently farm cows, but the eye level for cow level was nerfed years ago and you may get bored of consistency. The types of popular areas you should avoid soloing with a cold build are Pits, Chaos Sanctuary, Diablo, Baal, Eldritch, and Shank. For a fire build, you should avoid Travancore, Chaos Sanctuary, Diablo, and Baal. Here's a visual overview of the skill point setup for all 4 builds, along with gameplay of each build in action. This is based on having all the skill point quests completed, and a similar character level of 85. Use the timestamps in the description if you would like to skip to the skill setup or gameplay you would like to see. Make sure you guys subscribe to keep up with Diablo content and hit the bell button to get notified when I upload new videos.